be made beforehand. I don't understand why Sylvia's asked Plume to make a will.
She gives her his will to indicate that he intends to take care of her.
That's right, Lieutenant. Marriage is nothing but with a gather.
Plume is too ambitious to marry Sylvia.
If I'd been Sylvia, I would have trusted Plume.
When dealing with men, always have a contract.
Love is a contract.
Love is the bar, perishable goods, a man's work, a woman's body.
Daddy's right. If a man loves a woman, he should marry her.
Sometimes he can't.
But you should look for someone who can.
A woman should look after her own interests, that's all.
Her interest is to
A
love.
girl will love the first man who comes along. She's golden over, she ends up here. I could write things that Tammy would realise not these Shrewsbury fruits.
I've written something. I'd rather display women than speak to the convent. In ancient times, when Helen's fatal charms and so on, I've written another one. We look at it, Lieutenant. You mustn't trust young people, Mary. You can make new life together here. I would marry you, Mary, think about it. You live with me in a house. He'd like to put you in hut at the bottom of his garden and call you his servant in public. That is his hall. Don't do it, Mary.
Lieutenant, are we racing or not? I've got an I've been waiting for hours.
It's interesting. I'll look at it a little more carefully later.
You don't like it?
I do. Perhaps it needs a little more work. It's not far.
It would mean more to the convicts.
Well, I'll think about it.
Do you think it should be longer?
We'll talk about it another time.
Sure, do you like the first two lines? Mary helped with it.
Yes.
The last lines took us days, didn't they, Mary?
We'll rehearse the first scene as Sylvia's Jack Wolf. Now, remember how it talks about walking like a gentleman? I've already breeches. You can practice them tomorrow.
All right. Save ye, gentlemen.
My dear, I'm yours.
It doesn't say Sylvia's kissed in the stage direction.
Plume kissed Leia, and there's a line about men kissing in the army. I thought Raven kissed
It's
immediately.
completely wrong.
It's right for the character.
No, it isn't wise. I'm the director.
Yes, but I'm playing the part. They're equal, you see. They're both captains, and in the end, fight for her. Who's playing Plume in our performance?
I will have to, as Cable has not come back.
I think the recruitment office is a silly play. I would be in a play that has more interesting people in it.
I like playing Sylvia. She's bold, she breaks rules out of her love for her captain, and she's not ashamed.
She's been born poor, she ain't had to survive, and the father's a justice of the peace. I want to play himself.
I don't want to play myself. When I say Kai's lawns, I forget everything. I forget the judge said that I'm going to spend the rest of my natural life here, getting beaten and working like a slave. I could forget that out there. It's trees, burnt grass, spotters that'll kill you in 4 hours, and snakes. Don't have to think of what happened to Cable. Don't have to remember the things I've done. When I say Kite's lawns, I don't hate anymore. I'm Kite. I'm in Shrewsbury. Carry on the scene, Lieutenant, and stop talking.
I want to do a play that shows life as we know it.
A play should teach you something new. If it teaches you what you already know, then you leave as ignorant as you went in.
Why can't we do a play about
It
now?
doesn't matter when a play is set. It's better if it's set in the past. It's clearer. It's easier to understand Plume and Bray's.
Oscar, would you start Act 3?
Look, sir, I'll come in this way. It's the prettiest, cleanest little tip.
Good. Now, Worthy. Where is Sideway?
He's hopes about this won't rehearse.
I'm going to talk to the governor. But he has to rehearse. We have to do this play whatever happens. We've been rehearsing for 5 months! Let's go on. What great country fellows with her?
I can't tell, sir.
5 chickens, young and tender chickens. It's a very stupid line and I'm not saying it.
It's really great, you have to say. Here, you chickens.
Who calls?
Right, you are a pretty country wench who's trying to entice the captain. You have to say these lines with charm and blushes.
I don't blush.
I can't do this scene without Sideway. Let's do another scene. Oscar, let's look on your big speeches. I haven't heard them yet. I still need Sideway. This is irresponsible. He wanted the pot! Someone go get Sideway.
I'll do my first speech anyway, sir. Yes, sir, I understand my business now, say. Sir, you must know, I was born a gypsy and bred amongst the crew for 10 years. Then I learned cutting in line.
That's my story.
I was bought from my mother Cleopatra by a certain nobleman for 3 guineas, who, liking my beauty, made me his page.
That's my story. Why do I have to play silly milkmaid? Why can't I play
You
Kai?
can't play mad, Daddy.
You're playing a man, Joe Willful.
Yes, but I know I'm a woman. Whereas if you play kite, you would have to think you're a man.
If white Emma get the goose of big country lad,
can't play kite. I'm playing kite. You can't steal my part.
You may have to play Melinda.
Oh, she doesn't marry Sideway, and that's not very
I'm
interesting.
sure you meet Lieutenant, but I know all the
We
lines.
rehearsed the first scene with Sylvia and Joseph's battles. Now, brother.
Ah!
Whilst there's life, there's hope, sir. Perhaps my brother may recover.
We have but little reason to expect it. Poor Owen, but the decree is just.
I can't! Not with him! Not with Liz! I can't!
One has to transcend personal feelings with theater. We're not making much progress. Let's end this rehearsal.